Hello. I just recently have some breakouts, and I actually think, because I was experimenting with biocidin, and I think it actually might be because of the biocidin. It kind of like messes up your microbiome, and like it can kill too much good bacteria if you use too much. I think that's why. So I'm just experimenting different things with like my diet and like trying to improve my microbiome. But yeah, anyways, so this is what my pimples are looking like right now. I want to go for a very natural look, and I'm gonna show you kind of what I do, the preparation in order to have the most like smoothest skin you can and the most successful coverage while still having your skin look natural. Because I even had pimples like all throughout my skin and I still made it look natural if I didn't want to put a full face of foundation. But anyway, for the preparation of this, so you definitely want to make sure you have smooth skin. So I would suggest glycolic acid is really good. Like if you want to ensure that your texture is going to be like good to go and you're going to look soft and glowy and everything like that. Especially if you have acne. Acne could be very drying, it could be irritated and everything like that. Glycolic acid is definitely like my go-to when I'm trying to kind of smooth out the skin texture. Again, especially acne, if I have any breakouts, I like to apply a little bit of this. I don't use it every single night, but I do definitely like it when I see more texture pop up, and it really helps kind of like, and minimizes pores, just really helps smooth it out, especially if you have like a big day or date or anything like that. And then another thing I really like is this is a glycolic acid mask. This is the pumpkin enzyme by Banish, and I love this because not only, again, it's glycolic acid, but it does have pumpkin, which is so nourishing for your skin, and it has so many nutrients, and it like brightens up your skin. It just, again, like moisturizes it or keeps it kind of supple, and this mask is amazing. I would probably use this mask like once a week if you're not using this, but this I totally recommend. Again, if you don't want to use like something every single night, like this is amazing because it's a mask. It's really strong. You leave it on for like 10-15 minutes and then boom, you have amazing glowy skin. But I would suggest doing the mask at least like a couple days before. So another thing I would suggest, which I recently started doing, but I think it's so amazing, but shaving. Don't shave your acne or pimples. Like that's gonna be very painful. But if you just shave like, you know, you can save your stash, you can kind of shave like around, so then it'll give the illusion of like your skin is very supple and smooth. Like obviously, again, don't go over your acne, but when you do use this, it's just gonna kind of, again, smooth out everything. You're going to appear more glowy. It's gonna also be like an additional exfoliant for your skin. It's gonna actually be like very beneficial, except again, like if you have like texture or any inflammation or pimples, just don't go over that because you can make it worse. You can make it bleed or anything. But again, this is just to kind of counteract like the texture that you already have. It just kind of, again, ensures that your skin is still going to look smooth, and it's going to reduce, again, the overall texture and like dullness of the skin. And then after, well, you should do your whole skincare routine and everything like that, like toner, serum, oil if you want. Like I think oils are really, really beneficial. But what I am obsessed with right now is this Eucerin like complete repair lotion. This has Urea and Ceramides. It like gently exfoliates your skin without it actually like exfoliating, because this isn't like labeled as an exfoliant or anything. Like it really, really moisturizes your skin and makes it supple, soft, smooth. Moisturizer in general, if you apply it like every day, which you should, it'll actually help with the exfoliation or cell turnover process. Moisturizing is just really, really, really beneficial for the skin, but especially if you're having like additional ingredients like ceramide or niacinamide, that will really benefit the skin's barrier overall and the epidermis. Totally recommend this. Or there's also Ceremides. I totally recommend. Yeah, make sure you do all of your serums. Again, I would recommend hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary, and then like a toner you trust. And then even, again, if your skin is extra dry, then I would recommend rosehip seed oil, because I think that could be super beneficial. And then again, your trusted like ceramide or something ceramide based moisturizer. And on top of that, I mean, if you put oil, like this can actually get a lot. So maybe like, you know, if you put an oil on already, then maybe don't go in with a moisturizer, just go in with this. I didn't use an oil today. I'm just gonna go straight in with my sunscreen, and I always use the kids sunscreen. This is just banana boat. Again, sunscreen, you have to protect your skin, especially if you are wearing glycolic acid or putting any like harsh chemicals on your skin, or not harsh, but like, you know, that will like promote like exfoliating naturally. Then I definitely recommend sunscreen, because that is going to help heal your skin. It's going to help heal your acne faster. It's not going to leave any acne scars or marks or anything you would not want. So sunscreen is super, super, super important. Again, especially if you are like exfoliating the skin. One red flag I do not recommend before putting on makeup. I am using Retin-A right now, 0.1%, which is like the strongest. Once I'm out of this though, I think I'm gonna go down to like the 0.025. I can't remember what like the weakest tretinoin is, but I'm actually going to move to that instead of this strong one. It's actually kind of a little bit harder to use this one because there is going to be more peeling. So if you are using tretinoin or anything, like, yeah, I'd say use the weakest one. I'm just trying to use that up so I can get the more forgiving one, especially again like around this area. Like if you're using any retinols or retinoids or retin-A's or anything like that, just make sure your dose is going to be small, because if you are using any of those, it's amazing because it is exfoliating technically, like it's regenerating the skin, it's turning over the skin cells process, like healing process faster, but that means that you have more dead skin, like especially again around this area, around the mouth. So I don't recommend if you are like experiencing bad acne and then you want to put makeup on. Like if you want to put on makeup and you're using tretinoin or any retinols, again retin-A's, whatever that family, from that family, just make sure you're not using it a lot. And if you are, like, I would recommend using like the weakest version of it. Last time I used this was like maybe 3 days ago, so I think that's okay because I usually have peeling like the day after or a couple days after, and then the third day I like moisturize my skin so much, so like none of that happens. So you just have to be really good at moisturizing your skin if that does happen. But yeah, anyway, that's just a tip or like a warning. And this is just something fun I like to do, again, especially if I'm getting ready to go out. But this is just an LED mask from Cure Beauty, and this basically helps reduce, this is on red, but it helps reduce like any texture, and again it kind of like makes this extra glow in the skin. It boosts up collagen. I just feel like I'm taking that extra step to just care for my skin. And this red light therapy, it's very, very gentle. It's amazing to put on the last step after your skincare, but I thought this was just a little fun thing. This is not necessary, but it definitely helps make the skin more glowier, brighter, smoother. This turns off automatically after 3 minutes, so I'm just gonna wait. It's been 3 minutes. I'm actually going to skip primer because sometimes, like some cases, very rare, but there's some primers that can kind of leave like a little film. I find the most effective way is to just apply with your fingers, like what coverage, highest coverage you could find that you could fully trust. I actually recommend a high coverage like foundation or a concealer or anything like that, as opposed to a lighter kind of foundation or anything like that, because you're gonna find yourself having to layer a lot more makeup as opposed to just having like a full on just like high coverage, but that still leaves like a satin kind of finish. It's not the worst thing in the world if it's a matte finish, but you do want to make your skin look a little bit dewy, especially if you do have dry kind of cracked skin. You want more like a satin, like hydrated finish. But yeah, for some reason this side of my face is just like not liking it. My gut, I think, reacted again really badly to like this biocidin I took too much of, but I really like the Custom Cover FX drops or the Tarte Shape Tape. This is pretty much out, but if you have any other recommendations other than this that you would recommend, definitely let me know. But I really also like the Bye Undereye foundation, like obviously like match it to your skin tone, but this Bye Undereye like concealer is the best thing ever. It's so high coverage, it's so moisturizing too. It actually leaves like a very moisturized finish. So if you actually are thinking of covering up pimples and using concealer, totally recommend this. I think I'm just going to go in with the Cover FX, but it really doesn't matter which one, but I'm just literally gonna take one little dot, and you don't need much at all, like that. A little goes such a long way. And the amazing thing about like these drops and concealers, high coverage, again, you don't have to layer a bunch on. And if you're nice and moisturized, then really, in theory, your skin should look very, very nice and dewy and glowy. So obviously, again, you can't like fully get rid of texture. We'll just go in with a little bit of concealer. And I'd say, again, pat, don't rub it. And I think applying with your fingers is probably like the best thing you can do, as long as they're clean. Yeah, and this Tarte Shape Tape pretty much covers absolutely everything. I do have some fake tan on, so I think I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup off camera to match my skin tone, because this, obviously my face is naturally paler. Tip, if you're setting your skin, obviously like take a little bit, even take a tinier brush if you don't want to do your whole face and you have a good color match, and then just dab. Like don't do this, just like that's just the little things make a big difference. Don't rub ever, just because you don't want, again, like streaking, or again, it can make your skin look drier. It just kind of minimizes the coverage overall. So that's just a side note, but I'll be right back. Hello, so I just put on some natural makeup. I'm feeling good. I didn't put any lashes just because I'm just not into lashes right now. I don't know, I think this looks more natural. This is what my skin is looking like. I set it off with a setting spray. Setting spray is super, super, super important. Oh my gosh, this is how it is looking like. It's looking very glowy, very fresh. And yeah, that is how I prep my skin. Let me know how you prep your skin for foundation usage. Any thoughts, concerns, questions, leave it down below. I want to know. I love you so much. Mwah, lots of hugs and kisses, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, peace.